Hi everyone, I'm Scott, and today I'm going to be taking this broken TOMY Super Cup Football, that's soccer to my American friends, and making it work again for my brother's 40th birthday. While I'm opening it up, I'll quickly mention that this is a special to celebrate my 387 subscribers. And throughout this video, I will be paying tribute to all my favourite YouTube channels. The person who can list the most correctly referenced YouTube channels in this video wins a prize. Nothing to get too excited about, it's something I've made. For every correct channel that you list, you get 1 point, but if you list a channel that I didn't reference in this video, you lose 2 points. The first person to get them all will automatically win. In case nobody gets them all, I'll be working out the winner at the end of the 31st of July. That's 2024 in case you're late to the game. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm celebrating 387 subscribers, it's because I made some embarrassingly wrong predictions about the popularity of my channel. Who cares about embarrassments? I make mistakes, we all make mistakes, and it's absolutely fine. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get started! I mean, roll titles! I used to love playing this game with my brother when I was a kid. Hours of endless fun. I love the mechanics and the genius design of it. It's also the only time I've ever been good at playing football. They've included the spare unpainted, or naked if you like, players, and the one goalpost, which we'll need to clone. More on that later. Apart from some discoloration on the pitch, it's in great condition. Even the stickers that represent the most disturbingly Caucasian crowd of people I've ever seen are in good condition. Seriously though, look at these people. They look like they're meant to be at some sort of rally. Let's see what we have to make sure we have all we believe that we need. The green goalie needs to be put back on his feet. He's obviously taken a dive. One goalpost. We knew about that. And almost 2 full teams. One of the Blues forgot his kit, but the PE teacher isn't letting him get out of it that easy, boyo. Let's take a look at the battery compartment. And yes, just as I expected, corroded battery terminals. I'm going to give it some power from the bench power supply anyway, just in case the batteries weren't up to it when the seller tested it. That was one, by the way. Yeah, just as expected, but worth testing anyway. I'm going to get this open now, taking out the 9 screws on the back and the sneaky one on the front. One moment, please. The internal mechanisms of this game are actually genius. I wish I'd seen the video from the nicest man on YouTube before I had to find out the hard way how the insides work. Spoiler alert, I make it even brokener. But I recommend you go and check that out. Covering it all here would have made the video about 40 minutes long, and I don't think you and I are at that level yet where you can trust me to provide you 40 minutes of solid content. I'm going to give it some power from the other side of the battery terminals to bypass the corrosion and just to rule out any other power issues. Oh, a bit of it is turning, but only a bit. Perhaps if I give it more than 10 milliamps to work with. Let's crank that up to 200. There we go, now we're in business. Just because of its age, I'm going to replace the mechanical grease while we're here. It might not need it, but it feels quite satisfying to do, and it should make it quieter. The battery contacts. I'm desoldering these so I can take them out and either clean them or replace them. Oh wow, yeah, that's corroded. At the time of recording, I'm more of an idiot than I am now, and so I don't have any gloves, nor was I aware of how caustic old battery juice is, even in this seemingly benign flaky form. I've had some in my eye since I filmed this, so take it from me, wear gloves and eye protection when messing with crystallized alkaline battery spice. I'm scraping it away, removing all the larger lumps before Lemon Juice Man comes to neutralize the alkali with his acidic man fizz. If it fizzes, it means it's interacting with the alkali. Getting all that cleaned up and now cleaning the inside of the battery compartment with isopropyl alcohol, the elixir of the repair gods. With some fine sandpaper, I'm seeing if I can clean up the contacts, so maybe I can put them back in. In the end, it's nice and shiny, but I think that's because I've removed the nickel plating and revealed the copper. That's not bad short term, but copper corrodes easily. Don't believe me? Ask the Statue of Liberty. I'm seating it back in its little home after its little scrub and it seems happy. A little flux to help solder the negative wire back on, and the positive one, which wasn't a mucky pup and didn't need much of a clean. I'm putting in some contact cleaner into the on-off switch because nobody likes a dirty switch. Wiggling it about and getting it all up in that switch. That wasn't anything, I don't know what that was, I'm sorry. Now seems like a good time to do some general cleaning, removing all the built-up grime from years of mucky fingers. If skin is a body part, then I don't want to be giving my brother a gift containing strangers' body parts. I might look like a serial unaliver, but I promise you that's just my resting face. Got me some brand new batteries. Well, I only just opened the packaging, so that still counts, right? 2010. That's only 4 years ago. Oh my god, that's 14 years. If these were Duracell, they would have dissolved themselves by now. Let's whack them up in there. Okay, it's not working. Multimeter and voltage DC. Both batteries at 1.54 volts, so they're actually alright. I see. So it's the contact that I spent far too long cleaning and scrubbing. It's not reaching the battery. Bending it shows how much it's been made brittle. I'll snap it with just a few more wiggles, and snap. I have some steel from a leftover hinge cover that I can flatten and then snip into a hard strip that I can use as a replacement battery terminal. Poke that in through there. Bend it into place. Solder the negative wire. I had to extend the negative wire as the old one had corrosion all along it inside the plastic wrap, and for once I remembered to put the heat shrink on before joining it. Pop the batteries in and it works. I just need to bend the new terminal into a shape that maintains the pressure on the battery. Bit of super glue on the underside to keep it in place. Bending the terminal, and now it's got a constant solid connection. It's working now! So if you think this would be a good time for me to show it in action, then you've had a correct thought.
The Reds have kicked off with a manoeuvre known as a pass. Straight off the side, but they've thrown it into themselves. They do not know what they are doing. The naked man passes to his blue friend, who is so thick he loses the ball to the Reds. Redman attempts an own goal but fails, and the Blues miss an open goal. Reds kick the ball back down the other side. Naked man intercepts and kicks the ball behind him. Red passes to Blue, an unusual tactic. Top right Redman helps pass the ball back to the generous Red. Naked man steals the ball for top right Redman, who passes it to McCulloch, who just stares at it in disbelief. Lower right Blue man kicks it forward. We can have history tonight at Scott Park, and oh no! Generic red player defense, and the Blue takes it! Passes it to his red enemy, who tends to score an own goal! The red player that's still playing for the Reds defends this, and lower left Red makes an attempt against the drunk goalkeeper, but it's deflected by the Blue. Top right Redman sees another opportunity for an own goal. Lower left Red tries to fetch it, but it's just too far. Blue sees an opening for the own goal. There's a corner. Straight to the Reds, who fancies another corner. Blue takes the corner. Blue seizes the chance to score the first and last goal of the match, and it's on the line. The goalkeeper clears the own goal, and the lower right finishes the job with a snipey own goal. It's all over. The Blues have won.
You need goals, by the way, to keep the goalkeeper attached to the game. We only have one, so I'm using that as reference as I measure all the dimensions and then recreate it in Blender, which takes about an hour or 4. There were some replacements available on Thingiverse, and some scumbags have poorly printed these and put them on eBay, and to my amazement, people have bought them. I've put my own ones on eBay now, and once I've sold enough to cover the cost of manufacturing and postage, I'm going to make them freely available on Thingiverse as well. No doubt though, someone else will just print some and make money from my work, but I guess that's just the nature of the internet for you. Here's my first version, and I've done my own print as a test print before ordering some professional 3D prints. It's a bit too large and it doesn't quite sit comfortably. Let's take a look at the original and compare. Too deep. Here's the second iteration hot off the printer. Literally. This one's a lot better, but you can see where I tried to burn off the stringing with a lighter and I burnt it. It's knob time again. That's something I've found myself saying too often recently. In videos. Over time, some of the knobs have become loose. I didn't want to 3D print replacements, especially as some of them are okay, so I'm just adding in some plumber's tape so that the knobs can grip the nylon studs. I was about to start painting the naked man and another when I was trying to slice off the top of a toothpick and instead made a red line in my finger, hence the plaster, or a band-aid. Naked man is now getting his blue kit on. I've not painted anything like this since I was a teenager and I used to steal Space Marines from Games Workshop. All that exposure to lead might explain some things. Here's a comparison to an original. The colour is almost a match. It'll look better once I've given it a spray of glossy lacquer. This guy is undercoated grey because I tried to 3D scan it so I could 3D print some replacements. However, the scan came out too poor for me to clean up in software, so I'm making another player as I have the blue paint already mixed. Now, if you're the kind of person who shouts the word woke at other people on the internet, then this should rightly upset you. And I'm happy to be part of that. That's right, I've created the first black football player for TOMY Super Cup Football. The fact that I had to consider whether to cut this out of the video in case I lost subscribers says it all really. Oh, and they like cock. Even after the gender reassignment. Bye! Hello there, new player. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, colleague.
Where are you from?
Croydon.
No, but where are you really from originally?
Crystal Palace FC.
Ah, I thought so. I look forward to working with you.
Hello boys, shall we play with our balls?
I ordered professional 3D prints in 5 different materials. PLA, nylon, plastic. Yeah, but some of them were too brittle or they didn't have the best finish or just didn't feel right. This one is nylon, which was the best of all of them and it was only 77 pence. The design was a bit narrow on the front of the goal though, so I'll need to edit the design and order some more. For now, I'll just put my 3D print as a placeholder and I'll order a bunch of resin, which is only 23 pence, but might be the best material once the model is thickened up, so it shouldn't snap so easy. Did you see that? When I said snap, my dumb fat hand snapped the player off its nubbin. It snapped the nylon nubbin thing. I've got an idea for a repair though. I can't just super glue it back on, it would just easily snap off again. But if I put some wire inside both parts and then super glue it, there'll be a chance. I just need to drill a teeny hole into the already tiny nylon parts. And yes, teeny is smaller than tiny. Guess what? In order to get the nylon part out so that I can work on it, I actually have to take the whole thing apart. There are 2 types of player modules. One type is at the top and the other is at the bottom. Of course, the one I broke is at the bottom. It has 2 copper rails that run through the module, and these can only be released by taking out the control mechanisms at the side. This is how I got to know how this machine works so well. Whoever designed this was a genius. And a dick. Now I can get to drilling properly. This took 10 times longer than what you would have expected. Now this is the top bit that fits into the player. Just doing a dry test fit to make sure that both sides look like they'll pair up again. And they do! I've decided to use a guitar string to join these, as there's also a wire that wraps around that I could use like a screw to get it in. That works perfectly on that side, wicking in some super glue. And turning it the wrong way round makes it unravel. I have no idea why I kept going. I could see, with my eyes, it was going wrong. Let's try that again. Okay, it's picked up some detritus on the way, but it's both glued in and also screwed in. Just going to tidy that up now and scrape it flush. That's fixed. Finally, now the fun task of reassembling the whole thing. Even after speeding it up to 5000%, it still takes a long time. Now it's all back together, finally. Can we call this done yet? Oh, for I've just had my delivery of goals. Oh, these are perfect. They're flexible but not brittle, and the quality is fantastic. I'm not going to say where I got them from because they haven't sponsored my video. They don't return my calls, or my emails, or my texts. I mean, I haven't sent them anything, but you would have thought, yeah? Maybe. No. Here's the comparison between my own 3D print and the final version of the professionally printed one, and between the original and my latest one. I just hope it fits. The feet are a little bit too thick, so I'll just shave them a little bit with the scalpel. And now it's perfect! So this is what we started with. Then I ordered these failures, and some more failures. But we've ended up with the perfect replacement. The rest are up on eBay. We finally did it! Everything is working, the players have their clothes on, and we've even made a new player. Oh, and we have 2 goals, and the goalkeeper's sober. Let's get this wrapped up and given to the birthday boy. This is my younger brother. He was definitely a cuter baby than I was. He's 40! He's old! Yay! He's got to wear the birthday hat.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, happy birthday. Now open the present.
Hi, hero.
No, don't throw it away.
Like, did it?
Put it in your mouth, and then so you flick back up.
Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you. Open it, it won't.
For how long is another thing.
Still. So, when you turn on, so you put the window,
Bless him, he's teaching his partner's son how to play it. I hope they play it for many hours to come. And he scored against Grant! It's all over! I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to my Patreons. I've got 3 Patreons now. They are the first 3 who will always be remembered in this Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame! Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye! I'm waving. Is waving. Stupid football.